What's up, dog?
Look at us ripping and being natural.
Yeah, it's good. It's good as hell. Wait, is that a thing though? Like with the Tourette's, have you ever just let the N-word fly?
Oh yeah, about a.
That's rough. Dude.
Oh yeah,
a dozen.
it's not that many times. Yeah.
Is it like a thing where if it's in your head, you're like, fuck? Like,
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because I can kind of feel them coming.
Yeah.
And so it's like that one in particular, I will try to go no. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Try to
Still get the N.
resist.
Still get the
Try
N
to
out.
resist.
Yeah.
Unless I'm in good company. Yeah.
I like to imagine that you were doing that one show that I saw you on the poster for. Is that a thing that you've discussed on the podcast already?
That specific show?
Yes.
Maybe elements of it.
Do you
Wait,
want
was that the one where it was the black
comedian
show?
Benny? Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll talk about that one a little
talk
bit.
about it?
It was.
I'm prompting you on your podcast. Yeah.
Thanks for coming, man. It's really nice to have you here.
It's look up the poster of the hardest I ever bombed. It's what is it? The best. It's like it's the Night of Soul.
Something
Best
like that.
Kept Love and Night of Soul. Something like that. Miss Chitta Chatta, Tommy
Yes.
Too Smooth.
Woo.
R.I.P. Miss Chitta Chatta.
No,
really?
Yeah.
Miss Chitta Chatta died.
Yep. I didn't really know her too well.
It's always the good ones.
It's always she was really nice. But yeah,
Miss
like they try to not pay me and stuff. Okay, I don't even know where to start. Okay, they saw me do a show in Philly, and they were like, "Hey, we run this like show that's combination soul music and comedy in Delaware, Wilmington, Delaware, at a middle school." So they
Oh my
rented out
God.
the middle school space, and it was all like just kind of like a scattered crowd of like middle-aged black folk who at the time were not my target demo. Now that's
Now
my,
bring 'em on.
That's my crowd.
Bring them on.
But
Wait, how long are you doing comedy at this point?
I was like 2 years in.
Okay.
Maybe, no. Oh yeah, something like that. 2 or
Sure.
3 years in. Yeah. Yeah. So
And that feels like the type of show where everybody's just like, hey, you know when you going down on your lady? Like, it feels like
Yes.
that style
Yeah.
of,
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Some of the other, not to say who, but the host was like saying a bunch of slurs
Sure.
that they weren't supposed to.
yeah.
And,
How was it going over? Pretty well?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they were crushing.
Who is he mostly talking about?
He was doing like
Asian?
the R word and the F slur for queer people.
Oh,
Like, and
okay.
He did like
Yeah.
a drag, but like not
Yeah.
like a,
So he's kind of like Connor as a comic, right?
Yeah.
He
I
does
like
a
this guy.
similar. Yeah, he does a similar.
but not drag in a like respectful, elevating the idea of drag way, but in a I'm dressing up in a dress to make fun of
Really?
gay people kind of way.
Did he come out in a dress or did he go off stage and then
He
put
went
it
off
on?
stage and put on a dress, and
This is how this
came
show
back out.
started.
Yeah.
That's the best
This
show
is
I've ever
great.
heard of.
This is awesome already. I wish I could have been there.
My dad was there.
I would have been losing my mind.
Yeah, it would have been
dude.
awesome. What'd your dad have to say about the show?
Oh, he was like afterwards. We were like driving home. Was like, he said two things. One was like, are you sure you want to do comedy?
Yes. Yeah.
And the second one was like a nice thing. He was like, you're too kind for that situation.
Sure.
I was
Yeah.
like coming out as like kind of just like being like bugs are weird.
Yeah, you're talking
Yeah,
about
yeah, yeah.
spiders and butterflies and stuff
That's
like
right.
that. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I had a bomb like that.
I was
one
gonna
time,
ask,
man.
what were your hardest bombs?
Well, I've had a lot of rough ones, but I had a
I
similar-
imagine.
Thanks,
Hell
man.
yeah, dog.
What the hell, dude?
No.
Yeah, this podcast is awesome.
No, just a similar thing with my dad, where my dad just watched me eat one so bad and was like, "So I think you should go to college." Like I was not going to go to college, and it was rough. I
So
redeemed
you were-
myself eventually, though.
What were you like 18 or 17 at that time?
19.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you were younger when you started.
I started at 17, technically. I took classes at Flappers Comedy Club.
Nice.
And,
Shout out.
and then I took like a year and a half off, and I came back at like 19.
I wasn't able to start till 21 because of bars. You know, they won't let you in.
Oh,
Yeah, in
sure.
LA, there was a lot of like coffee shops that you could do open mics at, and like a lot of the comedy clubs just let you in because they're restaurants. You know, there's no,
Oh,
you know.
interesting.
But yeah, I couldn't go to the bar or open mics until I was 21.
Shit, fuck.
Yeah, and the comedy store, like I used to do bringer shows at the comedy store, and they'd have to like escort you in. Like you wait outside, somebody comes and gets you, you do your set, they kick you out. You know?
That's funny.
Yeah, it was cool. But yeah, dude, I don't know. I've eaten it quite a few times
Oh,
early
same.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I still bomb sometimes. Like people say that they used to and they don't anymore. Like of
Yeah.
course they still don't. What were you saying?
No. I mean, I'm not saying anything.
Oh, nice.
I think just like what a bomb is changes. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
totally.
Like what a bomb is in your first 2 years is not what a bomb is in your like 7th year.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
like now, like a bomb is just like, oh, like 3 jokes went kind of okay, and
Yeah.
then 2 completely ish. You know what I'm saying? It's like
The only time
the
I feel
barometer
like-
changes.
Yeah, yeah.
The only time I feel like I bombed is like if I felt like I wasn't funny. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
there's a difference between like the room being bad and you not getting laughs, and then there's the bomb where you're like, I'm losing all facilities on myself. Like I don't know how to like, I'm crumbling. That's what I'm like. Oh, I bombed. But if I'm like, I know these are funny and you guys suck, I don't. That's not a bomb. Even if there's no jokes, no laughs the entire time, I'm like,
Totally.
that's on you guys.
Yeah, you ever do a show where it's like it feels like they're kind of not laughing? I feel like this happens a lot with like music. Not necessarily that show I did, not the soul one, but if there's like a band or something and people are there to see the band instead, they don't know how to laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel, but then afterwards they're like, oh, I liked that. Like they'll tell you,
For
you're
sure.
like, well, the next time laugh.
Yeah.
But it's not a bomb. It's
No, I hate the kind smile.
Yeah, yeah.
I hate when they're very attentive. Attentive. Is that the word?
Attentive, yeah. That's
Attentive.
right.
Have you guys had like a hard early on bomb recently though? Like that kind of style bomb?
No.
No.
I think maybe like 2 years ago, I did that show at the Red Room in the East Village.
That like former like Russian communist place.
Yeah, KGB bar. And I had just like a 10-minute of like, they hate me.
Oh damn.
Like, and I couldn't even pinpoint why. That's why it's confusing sometimes where you're like, you guys hated me the second I got on stage.
Yes.
Which I think happens to me quite a bit.
You feel like that a lot.
Yeah, it's true. I did your show at Union Hall, you and Longfellow's show.
Yeah.
Remember that girl said to me afterwards?
Yes.
I didn't
she
do
say?
great. The show was also kind of bad, but I did not do great.
Uh-huh.
And then after the show, we're at the bar talking to these 2 girls, and I go, yeah, I don't know, I didn't feel like I did too great. And they're like, yeah. And I was like, I just feel like when I walked on stage, the whole crowd was like, fuck this guy. And she was like, yeah, I mean, that's what I thought. And I was like, what? She goes, I mean, you walked on stage. I was like, oh, cool, straight white guy. She like hated me already. And I was like, that's crazy of you to say, but also thank you for like, it felt like closure.
Felt validating.
Yeah, I was like,
in
at
a
least,
way.
because that's my suspicion, and I feel like
Yeah.
I'm crazy sometimes.
Yep.
So like when she said it to me, I was like, all right, well at least I know that now. You know,
Totally.
it's an uphill battle for me.
I've actually been told a similar thing or two, just because like I look like how I do, of course.
Yeah.
But like I think pretty quickly, like my material's like bugs are weird, and so
Yeah.
they're like, oh, it's different.
I'm also
But-
doing myself no favors. A lot of my material is like race heavy. So it's like I do look like this guy, and then I'm like shitting on Mexicans.
Yeah, he literally will have a joke where he comes out, he's just like, so I got a Mexican girlfriend, and everybody's just like, well, where are you going with this?
And then I go to a place that they don't like.
Yeah.
Nah, it's been going great though. I love those jokes. I love those jokes a lot.
I feel like my bomb, I mean, you were there when I had this
Oh yeah, in
specific set.
Arlington.
No.
Oh, no. Sorry,
He
man.
brought up a bomb I wasn't even
Sorry,
thinking
sorry.
about. No. Well, you know what? I will say, I wasn't going to, like, to me now, I've, like, recently started, like, headlining spots, like, in a way that, like, that's, like, pretty, I've only been doing for, like, maybe a year. And so now I feel like I don't really bomb doing, like, 10-minute sets very often. But now, like, I will have what I consider to be a bomb for, like, an hour.
Oh damn.
Because I'm like learning how to like sustain that momentum. You know what I'm saying? How to like keep the shit going for the entire time. And yeah, we did one in Arlington where like it was not good. It sounded okay to me. Connor was opening and it sounded okay to me. But then after every set that he would come off doing, also we thought there was going to be a host.
Yeah, that was crazy.
We thought
dude.
there was going to be a host and that he was going to feature. And then we got there and then we were like, hey, when's the host coming? They're like, oh no, there's,
So I was cold open featuring.
yes.
Damn.
Crazy.
So-
To come out cold and then do 25 to 30 minutes was just like, oh my God.
Yeah,
Oh my
it was
God.
tough. But then every time like he would come off stage, I'd shake his hand and be like, how is it out there? And like most of the time he'd be like, oh, they're fine or they're fine
Yeah.
or like whatever. This time it sounded normal for me backstage, but I came off or Connor was coming off and I shook his hand and I was like, how are they? He goes, it's a fucking struggle up there, dog.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
He didn't say
well-
dog. He doesn't talk like that.
Yeah, dude, I said, my brother, it is about.
He said, nigga, it's tough out there, dog. Shit is difficult.
It was one of those. It was one of those sets where like I was doing well, but I just felt that I was taking it all. You know what I mean? Like I was like, the meter of like energy they have has been depleting since I got on stage.
Yep.
So I was like warning Devon. I was like, they're about to be done. You know what I mean?
Damn.
And it was like a thing where like I have when I do these long sets, I have like a normal closer that I'll close out with. And it was sort of like I did that, and it got so little that I was like, "Fuck, do I got any other jokes?" And I tried like 3 different things to close on, and I like because Connor knows my closer, and I closed that, it wasn't it. I was like, "Do I have anything else?" Tried another thing that one also didn't get it, and I tried one more thing, and I was just like, "Okay, guys, good night." Like, none of them.
I remember feeling so bad because he does a thing. Usually after the sets, it usually goes well, and he goes, "All right, I've been Devon Walker, y'all. I'll be taking photos outside with you guys if you want. Come say hi." He just went, "Okay, good night," and then just walk. And I was like, "He's not coming out. There's no way." So I went back to the green room, and he was sad.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear about that Norm thing where it's like, if he did well, he wouldn't come out, and if he bombed, that's when he would go shake everybody's hand?
I have heard this.
I love that. That's awesome.
I do like that, but I don't have that in me.
No.
I do not have that in me. If it goes poorly, and I'm on the road, sometimes the club will be like, "Hey, are you doing like meet and greet stuff?" And I'll be like, "I'm not." One time I did a show a weekend of shows in Hartford, Connecticut, at the Funny Bone, which is located inside of a mall. So it's like you walk past like a Foot Locker and stuff like that, and like a Build-A-Bear, and then that's where the club is. And the shows, they were up and down. I'd say half were good, half weren't. On the one that was the worst show, also I had this feature who was opening for me who was killing every time. Like my sets were going up and down, his consistently just like crushing. And
was he doing like a lot of local material?
He was.
What's up with the Foot Locker and the Build-A-Bear?
Y'all know how you walk past the Foot Locker and then you have to no. He was just doing stuff. He was from there, so he knew those people.
Yeah.
I was definitely doing jokes where I was like, oh, like I am not thinking about the same type of stuff that this crowd is thinking about. You know what I'm saying? Totally. Like a lot of I like have this joke where I talk about cultural appropriation, and I like said that. I like just said kind of the premise of the joke. Normally that gets like a little laugh. I said it, silence.
You're like, they don't know.
And I was just like, well, do you guys know what I'm talking about? And a guy just yells out, "We don't know what that is." And I was just like,
what a good feedback.
Dude, truly.
It's kind of crazy how like you go outside of like major cities, people like there's just like lingo they don't understand, or like phrases. Like actually in Arlington, you were doing that cat caller joke. You're like, "Do I look like a cat caller to you guys?" And a guy in the crowd goes, "Meow." And I was like, "Oh, this dude, he straight up doesn't know what a cat caller is. He literally he's like taking it literally."
Yeah.
He was like, "This guy Devon's asking if I look like I call cats." And you're like, "Damn, these people are they're dumb as hell."
No, I don't even think of it as they're dumb. I just think about it's like we are just living very different lives, and the stuff that I think about is not the same stuff that you're thinking about.
I think they're dumb,
and that's the kind of things they're stupid
No, I don't
people.
think they're dumb. No.
But like,
they all own houses and shit. They're smarter than me.
Yeah, it's true.
They have different lingo that we don't know.
Exactly.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? It's just it's just a different thing. My brother lives in Pennsylvania. He lives in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Oh, cool.
It is a very different vibe than like the vibe that like, me and my friends have here in Brooklyn. But
totally. I'm from Pennsylvania.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm from Philly, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
you're from like a city.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Are you from Philly?
I'm originally, but I mostly grew up in the suburbs, but then I have lived in.
What suburb? What part of town?
Bluebell.
No, I don't know.
Ambler area, North.
Oh yeah. My aunt lives in Ambler.
Really?
They're all from Montgomery County. So Glenside, Jenkintown.
Oh shit. Yeah.
And then some people in Bucks County.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah,
Happer
that's
Horsham.
Pretty close. Yeah. An old crush that went to Hapero back in high school.
Was it my cousin?
Synagogue crush.
Oh, okay.
I doubt it. Not gonna dox her.
Was it my cousin Sydney McNutt?
You have a hilarious name.
I do? What? Yeah, it sucks ass.
It is crazy.
I love it now.
Like on Twitter, it was like
yeah.
Your whole bio was
Farter
like,
McButt.
Yeah, wake up, Farter McButt.
Coming my nut. Content.
How long has that been your Instagram bio for?
I think like 7 years.
Okay. And you're never gonna change it.
No.
Okay.
No, I think about changing my handle. It's 420 Naughty Boy.
I have friends who refer to you as 420 Naughty Boy.
Yeah.
I forgot.
They'll be like, "Oh yeah, you hang out." They don't know your name is Connor McNutt.
Yeah.
They'll be like, "Oh yeah, you be posting them pictures with 420 Naughty Boy."
Wait, what friends?
Huh?
Who are these friends?
Remember my friend Callie, who we explained the whole.
Oh yeah.
That she refers to you as 420 Naughty Boy.
She knows my name though.
I don't don't know. I mean, maybe.
Come on.
But she refers to you as 420
Sure.
Naughty Boy.
I get it. I mean, I think it's so dumb because I don't smoke weed. I hate it. Actually.
And you're a good boy.
And I'm a good boy. I'm a faithful man. Okay. Yeah, so it's like so stupid, but I always think about changing it. But then my fiance, she's in like an actual like professional business world, and then she'll mention that I'm a comedian to her coworkers, and I have to tell her. I hear her in Zoom meetings talking to like doctors, and they're like, "Oh, he's a comedian. I should check him out. What's his Instagram?" And she's like, "It's 420 Naughty Boy," and that's what's keeping me in the game still, man. I can't change it.
Do they laugh usually? Is that usually?
No, they don't get it. They're like, weird.
They're like, why would he do that? Why wouldn't his Instagram just be comedian Connor McNutt?
Yes, they're so confused by it. But yeah.
What's yours? Is it just your name? Also,
Internet
like-
Devon.
Internet Devon.
Internet Devon.
Yeah. I tried to get my name. My name is occupied by somebody who posted once in like 2014.
Oh damn.
So I couldn't get that. And then I took it very literally. I was just like, this is the version of me on the internet. This is Internet Devon.
I like that.
Yep.
Shit, fucking. I'm just like Benny Feldman is usually taken.
Yeah.
So Frog.
Feldfrog.
Yeah. Pretty
Oh, yeah,
easy.
dude.
That's pretty much always available.
Feldprog?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to take it. It's my
On
bad.
what platform?
Fuck.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Blue Sky. I've been calling Blue Sky Blueski the entire time until I said
I don't even know what that is.
It's the new Twitter alternative. The guy who started Twitter now,
Jack?
has obviously sold it and has started a new platform called Blue Sky.
It's the same.
Yeah. What's the Republican one?
Oh, Truth.
Yeah.
Is that right? No.
Truth Social?
Truth. Yeah,
There's
Yeah,
there's two. There's another one though. There's like Patriot or something.
something.
I don't
That
know.
sounds right.
I feel like I want to check those out. Just curiosity.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
You heard it here in 4 years. Circle back to this podcast.
Well, you know what's weird to me about that is that like conservatives on Twitter, they live to like fight.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, so you guys have your own platform. How boring is it over there?
Everybody-
You all just agree all the time?
I
They're all
bet you they
speaking the
don't agree
truth.
on everything.
Yeah.
You know, there's probably little nuances to the alt-right stuff that
So I'm saying it would be fun to just join that to be like super liberal, just like go into the trenches on Truth Social. That'd be fun as hell. You know what I mean?
Connor's just like, I think they should let some of the Mexicans vote. Like the chillest ones.
Some.
Just like pure neoliberal, like posting like Obama and
Yeah.
like being like tan suit was the only scandal.
That was the only scandal.
Only scandal.
Yeah, man. I love Obama.
Jesus.
I would have voted for him for a third term. So
Sorry.
Boo.
just throwing that out there. You know what I mean?
Boo.
Fourth time even.
You know those Amazon the delivery drones?
Yeah.
I think we're getting closer to that. I saw something that was like
I thought they exist.
They have them.
what?
I don't think
Yeah.
they're active in New York City, but like they do exist. I know they're in Houston, and I believe they're in like Seattle too.
Oh shit.
I have like friends who live in those cities, and they're just like little guys who like roll around and they like deliver your stuff to you.
Damn.
That's already active.
Okay.
Mhm.
Shit. I was thinking the ones that like do the air ones too, like the flyover.
yeah, I've
Like
seen
the
those.
drones. You seen that too?
You've seen them here?
Not here, no, but I think I've
They have
seen.
them in LA.
Like the
I feel
it's
like
like
Amazon does use them. I don't know. I
Damn.
have no idea. I've never seen them in person.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I just feel like they're going unchecked. I don't know what we need to do about them, but I'm just like, what senator do I need to talk? I don't know. It feels like they're going unchecked. It feels like they just got drones flying around in the sky.
Yeah, I don't like it, man.
I don't like that at all.
I don't like anything.
Who do I talk to
I don't
about
trust
that?
these
I'm
people.
gonna jailbreak one of those. Start delivering fucking dead rats to my ex's house. I don't know.
Just using it when traffic's
Using
bad.
it to deliver
yeah,
stuff
just riding
still.
around on it.
Just downloading LimeWire songs onto it.
Yeah, you get it.
It's making
You get
it
enough of them
explode.
to fly over an area and
Yeah.
blast like a song.
Wiz Khalifa.
See You Again by Wiz Khalifa.
Oh my god, I'm so hungover. Holy shit.
Oh
dude.
yeah, we didn't address it. Let me introduce you guys.
Oh, we have to
20
address
minutes
it.
in.
Yeah.
Address. That's Devon, and that's Content McNutt.
It's McNutt. Content McNutt.
Connor
Cont-
McNutt, Content
so,
McNutt.
Connor McNutt, Content McNutt.
Yep.
Coming my nut.
Yes.
Yes.
Farting
Farter
McButt.
McButt.
Farter McButt.
McButt.
And Bomber
Yeah.
McRut.
And Bomber McRut.
Bomber McRut.
Yeah.
Huh.
At
Pretty
what
good,
age?
huh?
At what age did you write that?
I don't know, like 6-7 years ago. So whatever the math is.
You were like
on
22,
22, 23, yeah.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Oh, and Content is really hungover right now.
I don't know why I don't know why I'm this hungover. I'm like, my brain's not working. I feel like every time I open my mouth on this podcast, I'm like not making sense.
Yeah.
Is that true? Does it feel that way?
You're being
No, you were doing good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I was crushing it?
Yeah, you were crushing it.
I'm the best,
I was like,
dude.
hell yeah.
You guys want to get a beer after this? Or
stupid.
what time is the concert? 8?
Yeah, I think it's at 8. I think maybe the DJ set's at 8.
Okay, got it.
Drake's doing a DJ set?
No, that
plays
guy,
Taylor
this
Swift.
guy Zach Bia is doing a DJ set. He's a guy, right?
I don't know.
I know that name from somewhere.
I don't really
He's a
know
guy.
DJs.
You said you're going to Drake?
Going to Drake and 21 Savage.
You excited for 21 Savage?
21, can you do something for me? I think it's gonna be fun.
Are they like perform? Is it like their own show? Like, is he opening or?
It's the way that it's set up. Drake's doing 2 sets. Drake has one set apparently at 9, and then a second set at 10:45.
That's insane. That's the longest night of your life.
Yeah, I mean, no. When I went to Beyonce, that was like a 3.5 hour concert.
Oh,
There were
that's fucked up.
multiple intermissions in the Beyonce concert.
Oh, wow.
It was awesome though.
Yeah.
It was great.
Drake does a 20-minute stand-up set.
I bet he'd be pretty good at stand up. He's funny.
I
He'd
do
be
not,
interesting,
I do
I
not
think.
think he would be good at stand
You
up.
don't think so?
I do think he's funny,
Yeah.
but I do not think he'd be good. You can't start stand up when you're already famous and be good. I feel like
True.
it just doesn't. You need to be able to be anonymous and like perform in like
I
a
don't mean like good at stand up in like a traditional like one of the greats type of way, but it's
Yeah.
like the way like Drewski does stand up. You know what I mean?
I've never seen it.
I saw him open for J. Cole.
You did tell me this.
And he was like just kind of riffing crowd work kind of comedian with like, you know, pop
Drake
culture
doing
references.
crowd work.
And it's like I could see Drake being good at that. You know what I mean?
So where you from? Cleveland? He's just
Yeah.
doing. Yeah, I could tell. Look at a Cleveland ass face. That kind of thing. Drake is funny though. He does clearly like he's a funny person.
Yeah.
What rappers do y'all think would be
the
good
best
at
stand-up?
stand-up?
Well, Freddie
comedy?
Gibbs like does stand up sometimes.
Does he?
Yeah.
Is he doing stand-up?
He was like hosting a show at the Comedy Store for a while.
I did. Oh yeah, I did see something.
And then
about
he
that.
like did Kill Tony a couple times, and
Well, he was one of the people doing.
he did a minute of stand up
Uh-huh.
for the panel, and he just like gets on stage. I don't think it's like prepared stand up. Like they're just funny guys. That's what I
Sure.
mean by Drake. Like
Sure,
they
sure,
just
sure.
microphone in the hand, talk some shit. You know what I mean?
Totally. I feel like Tyler, the Creator, would do like some alt prop stuff.
Yeah.
He'd probably do some weird shit where he's like yelling.
Well, he does like stand up.
I
I feel like all of them
he's done
do.
Yeah.
I feel like every rapper like is a big comedy fan.
Well, yeah,
Totally.
but like they used to Odd Future used to host a stand up show
Really?
for like they would put it on, they produced it, but it was for their app. They had an app back in the day. Do you remember that?
Yeah, the golf media.
Golf Media app. So they had like a stand up show on there, and yeah, Jack did it a bunch.
Of course.
Frank
Teddy,
Who's Teddy?
Teddy Ray.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Devon Costa did it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Macklemore doing
Felicia
stand-up.
Folks.
Sorry. Yeah.
Felicia the Goat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Macklemore. You guys ever go to the thrift shop?
Y'all would be popping tags at the thrift shop, man. Shit's crazy.
It's like grandpa's clothes.
Man, Macklemore really like. Yeah, it's crazy. Like I feel kind of bad for him.
I
Oh,
saw
yeah.
he was the MLB All-Star game was in Seattle this year, and Macklemore was like doing the like baseball theme song. I don't know what it was, but like he was just like he was just rapping about baseball to lead into the.
Yeah, I mean
people
that thing
turned
with-
on him because he was
People
pro-gay but not gay.
No, that's not why they turned on
I
him.
don't
What
think
happened
they turned
was
on him.
I think it was the
Turn on
Kendrick
him.
thing. I
he
think it was
won. He won the
Kendrick Grammys
Grammy
thing, yeah.
for best rap album
Oh, people
over
got mad
Good
at
Kid,
him.
Mad City.
over Good Kid, Mad City, and Yeezus,
Yeah.
and the Drake album, where is In the Sky. Hold on, We're Going Home, the one that has that one on it.
Views?
No, not that
Oh,
one.
nothing was the same.
Nothing was the same.
Yeah.
Macklemore won the best album over
Which
all
is
of them.
crazy. Those are
Which
like
is-
three like monumental albums.
Totally.
And
They gave it to
like-
Macklemore and Ryan Lewis.
Yeah, and he won, and everyone was upset because Kendrick should have won. So he texted Kendrick, being like, "This is really fucked up, man. You should have won this. You should have won this tonight. I don't deserve this. You're better than me." Blah blah blah.
And then he
which is
posted
nice.
it.
But then he posted that he texted Kendrick that. So it was like really weird to be like, "I'm a good guy. Like how good of a guy I am."
Yeah.
You know.
And that was it.
And everyone's like, "Ah, you're fucking corny as hell, dude." So
You're already walking that tightrope as a white
Yeah,
rapper. As a white
exactly.
rapper, you're always right on the verge.
yeah.
Yeah, oh,
Right on the verge of tipping over. You a rap guy, Benny?
Yeah, I rap sometimes. I know what you're talking about. As a white rapper, full freestyle.
Do you like rap?
I do like some of it.
Yeah?
I'll say yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds
Also
like
Devon.
no.
Also,
Yeah.
It sounds really like no.
Whenever a white guy's like, I like some of it, they mean they like run the jewels.
Yo, that's exactly what I was thinking. They do like Run the Jewels. It's always that. It's like Killer Mike. No, I like some of the.
Yeah,
J. Cole has some good stuff. That's always what it is.
I feel like I
I
tend not to like it. Like you said, 21 Savage. I don't know any of 21 Savage's stuff off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But I like
Run the
I don't
Jewels.
know. I like MF Doom. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like
That is
whatever-
definitely one of 'em.
Whatever the weird white guy stuff is that you like.
Yeah.
Definitely, he's that type of white guy. Is
Aesop
like,
Rock.
I like the early Odd Future stuff.
Huh, I mean, off the top of my head, I guess like Eminem, Macklemore, Mac Miller, Yellow Wolf,
Asher Roth.
Machine Gun Kelly. Off the top of my head, those are the guys I'm thinking personally. Beastie Boys, the
Oh
best.
yes,
you know.
now they had some stuff. They had some hits.
What do you listen to though?
I like a lot of new metal.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Like who?
Who's that?
Snot.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
There's
well,
a-
the, like,
there's a
the
rapper
big, the
named
big ones
Snot.
are gonna be like
Yeah.
it's like rap metal kind of stuff.
Is that what Snot does?
Well, yeah, to some degree. But it's like like Korn or like Slipknot.
Wait,
kind
is
of
Snot a band? Because there's a rapper named Snot too.
stuff. No, it's a band, but the lead singer died in like in the 90s.
Oh.
Yeah, they would have been way more famous, but
I was thinking you were talking about the rapper Snot.
No.
Which is S. The S is a money sign.
No,
I was
no.
like, oh, is he doing that kind of
He
thing?
does kind of like a rock thing too.
Does he?
Yeah, a little
I don't
bit.
listen
Shit
to that
fuck.
stuff.
no, these guys are like new metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shit.
How do you classify new metal? What
is Limp Bizkit new metal?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like kind of like metal inspired, but then like kind of like guys like funky rap, kind of like
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah, like
vibe.
bass, like groovy bass line.
Yeah.
With like hardcore in the background.
Yeah.
Got it.
What about Linkin Park? Is that
Yeah,
new metal?
I like Linkin Park a lot.
They're not new metal
Is that
though.
new metal?
I think like some of it technically is. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Shit.
Yeah, another one of your favorite rappers, Mike Shinoda, right?
Do you remember when he had a solo career? Do you remember he put out a solo album?
yeah.
Shit. Fuck.
What was his? He didn't go by Mike Shinoda though. What was the rap name?
It might have been right.
Was it?
I don't
I
remember.
got a feeling it was a different name.
But he put out that song that like every high school wrestling coach loved. Remember that song?
No,
Like,
which one?
10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power and will, 5% something, 50% pain, and 100% reason to
Remember the name.
I thought that shit was peaking. I was like, I think I have the thing turned
Oh.
up, but that's alright. I don't give a fuck. If it's loud, that's fine with me.
I'm sure I'm being loud. I'm always
That's
being
all right.
loud on
That's
this.
fine.
I also don't know how close to be to the.
Yeah, we'll vibe it out. I had headphones I was wearing for
Yeah.
it so people could know.
I don't
It's
like
I
that.
don't give a shit.
I like the headphones.
I don't like the
It helps me
headphones.
understand where I'm
It helps, but then like an hour in, like it's like the blood flow's cut off,
Sure,
so then you just
yeah.
like zone out.
I'm not a fan of it. It takes me out of it.
Yeah,
You know?
I feel like I'm actually here talking to you
Exactly.
guys, and then there's like there happen to be microphones.
Yeah, I think one guy should wear headphones. You know?
Yeah, I should like pay a guy to sit in the corner
Exactly,
and like
yeah.
adjust some
Little
dials,
producer.
be
but
hanging out with that.
don't give a shit about it.
A
though.
Jamie pulled that up.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, totally. Yeah. Pull
What-
up,
what-
pull
what-
up why Macklemore. Pull up like a opinion piece on Macklemore.
I'm sure there were a lot.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Every
What-
time a white rapper gets famous, there's a lot of.
What was the bomb you were going to talk about?
Oh yeah.
You're like, I was there for it.
Not Arlington.
Well, okay. Well, first, hold on. There was the Hartford one. All to say about the Hartford one that I did not have a very good set, and I didn't come out and meet and greet and take pictures with anybody. And I was sitting the way that the green room's positioned. Everybody from the show has to walk down the hallway where the green room is, and so I got to hear a bunch of people tell the feature, "Hey man, you should have been the headliner. That guy was not good."
That's rough.
And
no.
and yeah, I got to experience that. The bomb that I was talking about was the one at the stand.
Oh, yeah.
The one at the stand, which I don't know if you categorize it as a bomb or not,
That was a rough room.
but it was like, it's fun. We'd been hanging out drinking for like several hours.
Yeah.
And I didn't really feel like doing stand up, but I was like booked on the show. I think several people who we were hanging out with were booked on that show, right? It was
No, just
somebody-
me and you.
Okay. Well, me and him were booked on the show. Who show? It doesn't matter. But we go to the stand. I get there, and the manager of the stand's like, "Hey, like we have another show downstairs. Do you want to like do that real quick?" And I was like, "Okay, fine." And I go up there, and I didn't really feel like going up, but I go up. It goes really well. Good set. I tried out a new joke. It worked. I was like, "Cool, perfect."
best.
Then I come upstairs to the show that I was actually booked on, and I'm just sort of talking, and like from jump, I like to do back and forth. And so like I was asking the audience questions, and they were doing a thing that makes me so mad. I'd ask the audience a question, and then everybody would just go like,
oh no.
they would just sit back and stare at me like I wasn't talking to them. And that happened. I was doing like probably 5 minutes of like normal stuff, and no one was responding. It wasn't going well.
He went crazy.
I had low energy, and I really just like flipped a switch, and I was just like, hey, I don't have to be here. I don't have to be here. I don't even want to be here. I don't like you people. I don't like you. I could be at my house. I could be watching Succession. I went off on this thing for like 5 minutes.
He went, I'm more interesting than you people. You're all boring people. I'm interesting, and you don't like me. And then you like talked about how much money you had.
I did not do that. No, I did not.
And I got more. I'm richer and more different than all of you.
I did not do that. I did not say that. I stand by every part of it except for that. I did not do that.
Said that.
But I did.
Slurs. It was crazy.
Stop.
Man.
I did not. But I did start yelling at the audience, and then funny enough, the first 5 minutes not going well at all. For like, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes, I'm yelling at them, crushing. Me shouting at them is
like
the
Bill Burr in Philly.
Yes, it was like very much that. I was bombing and then started yelling at them and like won them back, and then I tried to do like maybe one more actual joke.
No.
Bomb again.
Yeah,
that upstairs room is not.
It's always weird.
Yeah,
it's always
the
weird.
ceiling's too high.
Yeah,
it's
almost
shallow. Ceilings are high. It's not,
Yeah.
Almost every time I perform in that room, it doesn't. It never goes great.
At least they
like a room type thing.
put that curtain up though.
Yeah, it used to just be like the pure fish tank vibe.
It's crazy
glass.
looking.
Yeah,
That was. Yeah.
Fucking.
But the worst bomb story I really hold closest to me is this one. I was doing a weed show.
Where?
It was in maybe like Chelsea or like Flatiron, somewhere around there, or like it was like somewhere around that area. And it was like it was before weed was legalized in the city, so it was like a speakeasy kind of thing. Like it was all secret, and like people weren't supposed to know about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I go in there, and literally before I go on stage, they have a blunt rolling competition. And to see who can roll the best blunt the fastest, and then that concludes. A girl wins. They both start smoking their respective blunts, and they go, "All right, guys, now give it up for your next guy, Devon Walker." And I come up. Everybody's also been smoking the entire shit, so everybody's high as shit. And I'm performing to like truly like the most silence I've performed for like since I learned how to do stand up. Like since I've actually like been doing it, like it was completely silent. And at one point, I was doing 10, maybe like 6-7 minutes in. A woman just goes, "Hey, yo, how much time you got left?"
Oh my God.
And I was just like, yeah, I'm thinking the same thing, lady. She was being mean, but she wasn't wrong.
Yeah.
And then it was one of those bombs where it was like, I finished. It felt like I never got any laughs. It felt like I truly did not get a single laugh. And I like truly put the mic back in the stand, got off stage, shook the host's hand, picked up my backpack, and walked straight back out of the building. Like did not say bye to a single person, just walked straight back out. I get in the elevator, a guy from the show is like on the elevator with me, and he just goes, "Hey man, you'll get there someday."
Brutal.
Devastating. It was really, really.
Oh my God.
That's like a big learning moment, though. I think in stand up, where you're like, you realize that you are the asshole.
What do you
for
mean?
like doing the show? Like I remember when I first started, and like you'd be like on an ambush show at a bar, like that, and then people are enjoying dinner or having drinks, and you're like, "Listen to me now, I'm talking now," and then you'd get mad at them if they weren't a good audience. And then one day you realize you're like, "Oh, I'm the piece of shit. Actually, I'm interrupting their entire night." You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So like that lady was just like, "This is a fun blunt rolling competition. Now we got to listen to this guy. She's right." You know what I mean?
She didn't know she was at a comedy show. I will say that.
Oh, I thought it was like a variety type thing. Who are the other comics on the show?
This is 2019. It was like the spring of 2019. I remember the time well.
It was like a fully booked comedy show?
Yeah. Like there were other comics on the show as well.
Got it.
It was not
Did they
just
all bomb? Did you see other people bomb? Because it's like if the crowd is high enough.
I think I was maybe second. I don't remember who went first, but I know it was definitely going worse for me than it was for everybody else.
Oh, okay.
Like I definitely the show was not great. The show was not going. Weed shows are never great shows.
Totally.
I feel like, and everybody thinks they will be, and they're always shitty. But I feel like everybody was doing okay, and my shit. I think the blunt rolling energy got so high You know, the blunt rolling competition energy got it. It's like playing a song. You know what I'm saying? You know, when like somebody like plays music, and then even if there's a musical comic, and then you got to go on after it. Yeah, exactly.
It's just objectively more entertaining.
Exactly. It was that thing where it was like they wanted to watch two people roll blunts with each other. They didn't want to hear whatever loose observations I had. And trust me, I was doing that thing when you start to bomb, and I started pulling out. You start pulling out the ones that you're like, all right, this one. This will turn, and then this will change, and then it doesn't.
That, you feel like the biggest dumbass of all time.
Oh my god,
my A isn't working.
You feel like a fraud.
But if my like A stuff doesn't work, then I'm like, oh, something has gone wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean? Then I'm like, then I if the A stuff does work, it's like that's actually worse.
Yeah.
Because then you're like, oh, then I was just really fucking up the other shit.
Yeah.
I'd actually prefer the A stuff to.
I'd stop trying to do that. Like if I'm bombing, I'm just gonna ride this out because I feel like it feels so desperate. You're like, I know the jokes that work. I don't need to prove that right now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like an idiot when I do that sometimes, especially because they don't matter most. What?
Do you guys crowd work?
I do not crowd work. He does crowd work.
I do.
Yeah.
I definitely do.
I never do.
Yeah.
I know. There's a real divide on this.
Yeah.
There's a real divide on this. I feel like I'm
nothing against it.
I'm learning more and more. Like I talk to like Longfellow never does it.
Yeah.
He like never does it. He's just like, no. I don't want to give them any control.
Yeah.
It's all, but I don't know.
I feel that way too. I don't care about them. Ultimately, like I'm not interested in talking to them, and I like my jokes a lot, but I'm also not good at crowd work because I don't do it. So it's like I have nothing. Like, I wish I actually had that tool. It's something I should work on. You know what I mean? Especially doing a longer set.
It's definitely when you're doing those longer like hour sets. You need something to. I get tired of talking.
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, come on. You guys do a little bit. I'll react off of that, and then I'll get back into the jokes. I don't like doing crowd work for crowd work's sake. You know, like I don't like just to do it. But like, if I can get a conversation sparked off of like a topic that I'm about to go into, that's the way I like to do crowd work personally.
It increases the energy and everything too. It's
you know what I'm saying? It like makes them
version.
invested in the thing I'm about to talk about.
They're involved. They're excited to be there.
I really like doing it.
I did a show recently that like went poorly, and afterwards it's like, what the fuck like happened? And somebody else is like, they're here. This crowd is here to get crowd work.
Some people,
And I was like, oh, what do you mean? Like, so it's like,
I feel like TikTok has shifted that.
Like
now people are like, it used to be like,
tell? Like, huh? Can you tell when a crowd is like when people are there to be crowd worked? Is it like a vibe?
Kind of. I mean, I've like done like I have friends who are big crowd work guys, and I like open for them, and it's like they're like yelling things out at you
for his show,
and you're like, well, I don't want to talk to you guys, but you guys, like, people want to be the clip.
Right,
like that, exactly. They want to be the guy in the viral clip of crowd work, so they're like trying to bait the comedian sometimes. You're like, Jesus Christ, guys!
They wear a silly hat.
Yeah,
I'm gonna don my silliest hat and sit in the middle.
I feel like I guarantee you certain people have cultivated that type of audience. You know what I'm saying? Totally. Like if you popped off on the internet doing,
I'd imagine our Matt Rife show
doing
is
clips. Yeah. I'm sure people they want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm just going down with the ship, dude.
You're
what?
Do you hate this? You look like Matt Rife. But like in a nice way.
I'm like the thinking man's Matt Rife.
Yeah. You know that extremely hot guy that everybody is hot?
No, that's
kind of look like him.
Yeah, that's objectively a nice thing to say, Benny. Thank you very much. He's gorgeous. I think he's had work done. I know he has fake teeth. I know that for a fact.
That's a lot of people have that.
He had a GoFundMe like 10 years ago.
All natural Matt Rife next door. You're kind of sexier even. Kind of like,
who'd you say is more ripped?
He's definitely more ripped than I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
And some women don't like that. So if anything, kind of like
no, I'm like a gentle, soft Matt Rife.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I'm like a really soft Matt Rife. As gentle as
I think I'm bigger than Matt Rife, if I'm being honest.
I've never seen him, like in person.
Like I think I'm like my build's bigger.
I talked to Connor. For those of you guys listening to the podcast right now, Connor's actually he's quietly a weightlifting head. He loves the gym and he's strong. and he wears big shirts, but he's built, and he likes that I'm doing this. He's excited that I'm telling everybody. He really likes this. But he's also my friend who has like real opinions on like men's bodies. You know, respectful king to women. All right, women can have any kind of body, but a man, he looks at so many men, he's like, that guy looks like shit. That guy looks like, or there'll be a guy who I think like looks like strong and like he's in good shape. He'll be like, that doesn't even count. That doesn't count. He's skinny and just put muscle on top of being skinny. That's not the same. He has no mass. So he has like a lot of really detailed opinions on the way that men's bodies are, and everyone should know that about
I just feel like it's not fair when a guy weighs like he's never been fat in his entire life. He's just rail thin, and he start working out, and everyone's like, this guy's ripped to shreds. It's like, no, he's not.
Ripped to shreds is the highest compliment Connor could give another man.
Yeah, that's like my gold like sticker. If I say you're ripped to shreds, I really mean you look fucking awesome, buddy. You know,
that's true.
I definitely.
So it's a goal for everyone out there.
I feel a sort of oppressive gaze now because I'm like, what does Connor think of my body?
No, I don't. Actually, no, he's being crazy. I don't think like that. You know?
Well, no, you're not. He's not thinking about your body.
I look like if Luigi was hot. I don't know.
It's
right.
He's not. Yes, truly. He's it's more so like if like a guy is like a gym guy. If a guy is a gym guy and a guy's trying to like take like a sexy picture with his shirt off, that's when Connor will be like, no, hold on.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Cheating. He's cheating.
Mm-hmm. Actually, the stage is my gym.
There we go. It's my gym. It's my home. It's my temple. It's where I go to pray.
Oh, God.
That's right.
God, being a comedian's so embarrassing.
And that's all we're talking about.
It really is. The longer that I do it, the more that I'm like, this is not a reputable profession.
No.
This is not like, I'm not proud of it. I can do it. And that's why I do it, but I'm not.
It's kind of the only thing I can do.
Exactly. If I had another skill, I would do that.
I didn't go to college. I kind of sealed my fate.
Oh yeah, that's true. You could go to college. You could be that like 33-year-old man in like.
And get adult braces and college.
Yeah.
You're doing great though. It seems like.
Really?
For not having gone to college, I don't know.
I'm a mover for a living, so.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good way to stay in shape. That's
true.
Pays the bills.
Yeah.
Gets ripped to shreds.
You're engaged. You're looking. We were ripped. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To shreds.
No, outside looking at it, it's going pretty good.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But I'm just constantly on a downward spiral mentally.
That's true.
Oh sure.
Freaking out constantly. You know.
About comedy.
Just career stuff.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening.
There was a time me and Connor have like we moved here at pretty much the exact same time.
Like a week apart.
No, you're from LA. You're from
Austin.
Austin.
So I was doing comedy in Austin. He was doing comedy in LA, and we met in Austin in 2017, and we like became buddies like pretty immediately. And then I don't remember you telling me this. He said he told me he was moving to New York, but I don't recall it. But I moved to New York in August, and I think he moved in like September, October.
Yeah, September.
Yeah, of 2018. And I bumped into him and his girlfriend on the subway platform.
First night living here.
The first night, yeah, just like
shit,
weird coincidental shit on the J Street Metro Tech subway platform. I remember, but I feel like me and him were both really we were both really struggling at the exact same time.
Yeah.
And there was this one like fateful night where we went to this like one bar and we were just both like, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do.
I was freaking out, dude.
He was.
Oh man.
I was doing bad. He was definitely. You were like in a more of a spiral.
Yeah.
We were both doing bad in life.
Because I was so depressed
that
I was like being a bad like partner to my girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like I just was like unmotivated and I was only sad all the time. So I was like, fuck, I'm bombing. Like every show I was doing, I was bombing because I was like new to the city and I had a depressing job. I worked in a warehouse and I lived in a fucking terrible neighborhood.
You also got fired from that job like immediately.
Oh damn.
That's a really funny story.
Please tell that story.
Dude,
that
so I got
funny.
this like catering job. It was my first job when I moved here, and the setup was at the Ralph Lauren on 59th Street. You know, like fancy store. And my job was I had to dress up like an elf. And for real. It was during Christmas. So it was this hot chocolate setup for Ralph Lauren. So I had to dress up like an elf every single day.
I don't know if I remember you having to dress up like an elf. I don't remember
like
that part.
Fucking elf.
I think you might not have told me that part.
Dude, it was
to
like
save
it wasn't
face.
crazy. It was just like I would white button up shirt and like a candy cane tie and then the ears and like a little elf hat.
He did not tell me all this stuff. I will say that. He did not tell me he was getting up and wearing
And
elf ears.
I was just handing out hot chocolate. That's all I did for every single. I worked every single day for the whole month, almost the whole month. And next to the hot chocolate stand was an ice skating rink, like an indoor ice skating rink, which is just like a plastic slab. They like spray some like solution over it so you can glide on it.
Oh shit!
And I was on my lunch break, you know, and the girls working in the ice skating rink,
you know,
and I'm not on the clock. Okay, I can't stress that enough. And the girls working the ice skating rink were like, "You should try it." And I was like, I've been here for like 3 weeks. I should try it. And they're like, "Yeah, it'll be fun," you know. So I put the ice skates on and I start gliding across. And then a dude from Ralph Lauren corporate, like I skate across to once I almost fall and I look up and I go, "Oh, this is harder than it looks." And he goes, "You're fired." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "You're ice skating on the job." I'm like, I'm on my lunch break right now." He's like, "Unacceptable, man. Yeah, you'll be hearing from us tomorrow, but you're not coming in anymore." And I was like, "What the fuck?" So I lost. I'm the only man I think ever to get fired for ice skating. That's like a really embarrassing way to go out.
That's great. You were in the full elf outfit ice
Yes.
skating because you couldn't take
Yeah.
it out of the streets. Oh wow!
I got fired for ice skating dressed as an elf. It was
Did people
devastating.
see this hat? Like,
No, there's
the
no
guy's-
one there,
the guy's-
dude.
The guy firing you was dressed as Santa.
No, there was no one
You
there.
didn't meet your quota.
He was the only person who saw it. I was like, this is crazy.
Do you think Santa's elves work on commission?
no,
Well, I think
Those-
they're not real, but
Yeah. Oh,
sure.
that's just
Yeah.
no. Those elves are slaves.
Oh yeah.
For
big
sure.
time.
You know what I'm
Big
saying?
time.
They don't
Yeah,
get paid in anything.
And they're small. What are they gonna do? Rise up?
Yeah.
Kick him in the head, dude.
There's more
Yeah.
of them than there are of Santas. So they
Absolutely.
probably, between them and the reindeer, if they unionize, they could probably get that together.
Yeah,
That's
he's
probably true,
striking,
yeah.
And then he brings in like a normal sized guy who just steps over the picket line.
Damn, this is like a joke that one of our friends would tell.
Absolutely.
This is very much
an Opie joke?
Yeah, this is very much a him joke. Yeah.
That's
Shit,
so
fuck.
funny, dude.
That's crazy. That's wild.
Yeah, I've been
Shit,
fired
shit.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am a bad employee. Not at
I
this,
don't think that's true.
at the moving company I'm great.
Yeah.
Because there's no boss. I just have to go to a place and load up a truck and then unload it. You know what I mean? Like there's no hours. It's just how quickly you can get the job done. I work with cool people. But anytime I've ever had like a boss, it's like they don't like me. I don't know what it is.
Damn.
But, I mean, that's different now. But my younger years, yeah, I was a terrible employee.
You're saying the same thing with the crowds. Do you feel like you have sort of like vibe or something, or like people don't?
Well,
Is that like you?
I think I
you're cool.
look like a guy who is like, do you know who my father is?
Right.
You know, so
Yeah.
people like don't like me initially, and then if I have any attitude at all, it's like heightened because of how I look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think I just rub people the wrong way. I worked at a restaurant for 3 years and they tried to fire me.
What do you mean they tried to?
This is an incredible story.
Please tell it.
So I walked into
Preface
this.
every story you tell it. Hey, actually, this story is fucking awesome.
This is fucking-
Just so you know,
This-
it's one of the better stories you'll hear.
I felt like the fucking man. I did a cool thing. All right, so
and he's like, "Why don't people like me?"
well, look, I'm hot, I'm ripped, I'm a bad employee.
Jesus.
So I worked at this restaurant for 3 years in LA, and I loved it there eventually. But I walk in to ask if I can work there, and they hired me on the spot, which is always
That's
a bad sign.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
It is, yeah.
So they were like, "Yeah, come in tomorrow," and I was like, "Great." And I started like hosting there. That's all I was doing, just seating people and doing takeout and stuff like that. And then they kept hiring more people, but they were all like high school girls, very pervy. Like they like wanted young, hot girls, and everyone was so inappropriate with them. And I was like, oh, they just needed somebody so bad, so they got me. But I can see what their objective is here, you know.
Right.
So then, like, they were just kind of being rude to me. But I got along with like my, the servers and stuff like that, my coworkers. And I come in one day, and I just had this feeling like they want to get rid of me. And I come in one day, and my coworker Danny was like, "Hey, they want to talk to you in the back." So I go to the back, and it's the manager of the store, the restaurant, and the owner of the restaurant. And they're like, "All right, man, we'll take a seat." And I was like, "Okay." And they're like, "So we've gotten a lot of complaints about you." And this is word for word. He goes, "Yeah, customers don't like seeing you when they come in." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "That's not true." Okay, like, and he's like, "Yeah, they just think you have a bad attitude and you're not very friendly." And I'm like, "That's crazy that you're saying this to me." And then they go, "Also, your coworkers don't like working with you. They find you rude and hard to work with." And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Like, 'cause none of this is true." And they go, "So it's time."
Oh,
And I
wow.
go, "Time for what?" They're like, "It's time for you to go." And I was like, "You can't Just fire me. What are you guys talking about? I have to do something wrong for you guys to fire me. Like there's like a point system here. And then they go, actually, we can just fire you. Because it's California state law that for the first 3 months of someone's employment, they're in a probation period, and you can just fire them for any reason. So we don't actually have to have a reason to fire you, but you're fired. And I went, 3 months? Wow, that'd be really convenient if I hadn't been working here for 7 months. And they were like, what? And I was like, you guys hired me 7 months ago. And they're like, no fucking way. And they went and looked at the paperwork, and they were like, huh. And they were like, well, the job is yours if you want it. And I went, I do, but I'm taking today off, and I'm going home, and I'll be back tomorrow. And they're like, okay. And then I just had them by the balls for like 3 years.
That is crazy because they really could have still just fired you.
No, they couldn't have.
Why not?
I would have gone to like I'm so petty. I would have like sued them.
You were gonna sue?
Oh, wow.
I would have, yeah.
Okay.
There's certain states where you can just fire for whatever. Like Pennsylvania's like that.
Yeah, it's like I would have gone on a labor board or something like that. I would have lost my mind.
Okay.
I live for like a vendetta. You know what I mean?
Did it end up being chill?
Dude, then they fucking loved me.
Oh wow.
It was a complete 180.
Maybe that was a test. They're just trying to see. They're like, hey, how much does he love this job?
Yeah,
okay,
we want to see your grit.
Exactly. And then they're like, all right, hey, welcome to the family.
Uh-huh.
Damn.
You got spunk, kid.
That was pretty pimp. That was pretty.
It was
cool.
pretty fucking sick, dude. Yeah. And it was cool. They ended up loving me. So
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
My family would come in. They give them free meals and.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was awesome. My dad was so proud of me. I called my dad after it happened. He goes, "That's the coolest thing I've ever heard." My son, my beautiful son, my beautiful baby.
Are you gonna work there again? If you're going back to LA.
Damn. No.
Minnie's been so supportive of you this entire time, and I think he was being supportive to you when he asked that question.
I don't know. Did they pay well?
But Minnie kind of was just like, "Hey man, so you got a job when you get back, or what you?
I don't.
What you do?
That's the thing. And people keep telling me I can go back to work there, and I was like, I can't for my own like.
Because what ages were you working there for?
Well, I worked there until I left. So from 21 to 24, I worked there.
Got you.
But I can't be like, I'm off to New York to become a successful comedian and then come back 5 years later like, can I have my job back? Like,
what you mean, yeah.
I just can't.
Can I have my job back? I'm 30 years old.
Yeah. So it didn't really go that well. And I need money. Please help me. Please fucking help me.
Yeah.
I guess the good news about LA is you can also go there to make it in comedy. You know what I mean?
No, it's a very
That's
funny
like
thing for me to complain about. Like, I keep telling people I'm moving back home, and they're like, where's home? And I go, Los Angeles, California. And they're like, what are you talking about? That's great.
The entertainment capital of our nation.
It is yeah, exactly. But it is a funny, like, home to have if I do quit one day. Like, if my version of, like, giving it up and moving home is Hollywood. Like,
Like, I grew up near the lots.
yeah, I can't escape it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no, like, version of my, like, quitting comedy life where I don't just like see my friends on billboards every time I leave my house.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
wow. Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
When
like
you
if
go
you're from
there,
Des Moines, you
is
can
it literally like friends on billboard? I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean-
fucking, this guy's on some shit.
Not billboards.
Not billboards. No.
But in LA, definitely like, especially like the like Emmy season and like Oscar season,
Yeah.
it'll
Oh,
just
yeah.
be like someone that you used to do the shittiest open mic possible with. It'll be like for your consideration, like Academy Award, and you're like,
dude, yeah.
huh. All right.
That's funny.
I had a day that hurt so bad
Oh, yeah.
when I ran into you outside of SNL.
Yes.
I was doing a moving job, and it's for Pebble Bar, which is the bar that is connected to 30 Rock, and it's owned by like Pete Davidson. And
Oh, sure.
So they'll hire
I
my
was imagining
company.
some sort of like Cliff Bar, but it's made out of pebbles. I was like, that sounds horrible.
So they'll hire my company because they do a lot of events there.
Yeah.
So it's always a 2-day job where we go in. It's easy, but you go in, you take all their furniture out, and we store it overnight, and then we come back the next day and put it back in because they didn't clear the space. I've done it a few times, and I do this one time. The first day was easy. We parked right in front of it. Get out of there. Second day we come back. It's the tree lighting ceremony in New York City. So it was
It's an insane
It was
time.
a war zone.
It's
dude.
crazy.
Like there was just hordes of people everywhere, and they wouldn't let us. The street was closed, so we had to park across Fifth. Is it Fifth or Sixth Avenue? Doesn't matter. I had to park across an avenue and navigate through like hordes of people
with every box
to with just dollies of like chairs and couches. Oh, damn. And I'm just getting like shoved and pushed. And it's so humiliating. And then I get to like the front door, and I just hear the biggest cackle of all time. And I look up, and it's my friend going to work at SNL, Devon Walker. Like, just couldn't be in like more different places in our lives, but and it was so like the proximity of what I was doing that day was just so sad because I was like, technically, I am working at 30 Rock today. You know what I mean?
It was really uncontrollable because I had no idea that he was gonna be there.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
Tell you.
I had no idea he was gonna be. And if I remember correctly, like I had to like get out of the way of the dolly or something like that. It was like the dolly was like about to like I had to like go
first and then
truly. It was like that kind of thing where I was like, these fucking guys are moving. Now I gotta fucking dodge them. They got all this big ass shit, and then I see it's one of my closest friends.
Devon's on his elitist shit, dude.
It was so uncontrollably funny to me.
Yeah,
I almost fell on the ground.
Dude,
I was laughing in that kind of way.
It hurts.
I
so
could not
bad.
believe it.
I was like, damn, my life's bad. And then what we were saying about billboards is I had to drive back after that job through Times Square, and the only thing I was seeing on those billboards were just my friends. Like, it was just like, for your consideration, Hacks on HBO, and it's just like a giant like Hannah Einbinder on Times Square, and I'm like, God damn, my life sucks. The Bear on FX, and I'm just like, this is crazy. You know,
Damn.
I'm so far away, but so close.
We're so close, yeah.
Yeah.
Benny, you got a day job?
No, not currently. But maybe I should.
Okay.
I'm doing some freelance stuff for my old job.
Got you.
Just for some cash.
What was it?
I used to make websites.
Got you. So you have like a real skill.
Yeah, in theory. Yeah.
That's a thing.
Well, the thing is like, I know how to do it for this one company the way they do it.
Sure.
But I don't know how to do it for any other company.
Got you.
Because like the process is different.
Yeah.
So.
Wait, so what is the freelance work? You're currently making websites?
Yeah, just like whenever they need some help, I know how to change stuff in their system.
So are you touring at all though? Because you have a following, yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to more.
You just did Zanies.
I did just do Zanies. I heard you just did Zanies also.
Literally just got back from there.
Hell yeah. We were in Chicago at the same time?
I think we probably missed each other by a day.
That's so funny.
I got there Wednesday, and I think you would.
I literally left on Tuesday.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's so funny. Shit, fuck. So I'm doing some stuff, but like, I would love to do more. I'm trying to do a thing where I'm like just book my own black box theater spaces, like the way people have been doing that kind of thing.
I really thought you were gonna be like, I booked my own.
For a second?
Yeah. I was gonna be like, I booked my own like all black shows where it's just like me, Tommy Too Smooth. We kind of like I booked a bunch of black middle schools around the country that I could go perform at. Yeah, I'm just trying because I've never forgotten my roots.
Yeah. Benny's redemption tour.
Anyway, you're booking black box theaters,
or that's the plan. Is
that's
like try to like
R.I.P. Good.
I put like a poll, and I'm like, oh yeah, good would yeah.
I mean that was the shit.
But like that kind of space, and just be like, all right, this many people said they'd come see me in Seattle. Let me just book a space there.
Yeah.
Previously, it was like I had the poll. So I did the poll back in like January.
Yeah.
And I've had this data for a long time, and I've been trying to go through this other guy to go to the clubs, but the clubs have not given us much of a shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how do I get them to know that I would sell tickets? You know what I mean? I'm trying to be like, hey,
right.
You know, so I don't know, just kind of like I'm at a weird middle.
What about like locally? Have you tried to do like local headlining stuff, like in New York, like Union Hall?
Yeah. So I'm doing Littlefield on August 28th.
That'd be great.
My hour.
Hell
Come
yeah.
on out. That'd be fun.
I might be gone by then.
Fuck, son of a bitch. That's all right. But anyway, that counts as my plug for the end of the live hour. You guys got any plugs?
No, I got nothing right now. You got dates coming up though.
Yeah, I guess I really do have dates. When does this come out?
Within the next few days.
All right. Where am I? Hey, look, I'm gonna be in Denver the weekend of this coming weekend, the weekend of the 21st. Then I'm going to Pittsburgh on the 29th, and then Cleveland, and then Houston, and then San Diego. If you guys are in those cities, check me out.
Yeah, look up Internet Devon.
Internet Devon on Instagram.
On Instagram. Look up 420 Naughty Boy.
Oh yeah, dude. That's my Instagram, 429 boy.
You guys, yeah, hell yeah. So that's the first half. You guys want to take a break? You guys want to hit the ground running?
I do want to pee.
We do a break. All right.
I want to pee. I want more water.
Folks, we're gonna go to the Patreon. It's only $4 a month. Buy me a third of a sandwich. and you get to
Not a
see all the
sandwich.
episodes. Peace.